Good morning and welcome to a beautiful Maine day. By act of the U.S. Senate, speakers are permitted to take their caps off, right? And you'll take care of that next week.
Absolutely.
Good. Let me first ask that you take a moment and silence your electronics. I would also like to ask you to refrain from taking pictures, as we have a professional photographer taking group and individual pictures of the graduates. These pictures will be available online, free of charge. Please check the school website for details. Welcome to Maine Central Institute, founded in 1866. I got it wrong at the last meeting. I took 3 years off the school, and when you're in old school, you miss those 3 years. We were founded as a feeder school to Bates College over in Lewiston, Maine. MCI offers accelerated and advanced placement courses, as well as 16 varsity sports and over 30 clubs and activities. We are a high school for 230 students from the school district that includes Pittsfield. You got to know where you live. Great, thank you. Burnham and Detroit. The smallest town is the noisiest. MCI also enrolls a scattering of students from other Maine towns. Please stand when I mention your town. Athens, Clinton, Cumberland Foreside, Harmony, and one person who's American but out of state, from the state of Oklahoma, which I understand is somewhat west of us. Unlike most high schools, we also enroll international boarding students and a ballet troupe. The class of 2022 includes citizens from over 20 countries: Bulgaria, Canada, China, Colombia, Czech Republic, England, Guatemala, Italy, Marshall Islands, Norway, Poland, Portugal, Puerto Rico, Rwanda, Slovakia, South Korea, Spain, Turkey, Vietnam, and of course the United States. We are a United Nations, living in peace and prosperity, setting an example for the other UN to our south. We gather today to celebrate these 101 students from the class of 22 and the staff and faculty who have ushered them through today's commencement. I would like to invite William Newshafer to the podium to offer this year's invocation. So far, so good.
We are gathered here today to celebrate a step forward into new places with new people and new experiences. But let us not forget the memories that follow behind us. Let us give thanks for this school, which has given us a safe place to learn and a strong foundation to build upon as we take this next step in our lives. For our teachers who have so richly loved and cared for us, even at our worst. For our families who have cheered us on to the finish line and stood by our sides through the many bumps in the road. And on this day especially, we will remember the friends that we have found among our classmates. For all of the many jokes that we have shared and that we will laugh about in years to come, and for the hardships and tears we have endured together side by side, and for the many memories that we will carry with us beyond these walls. Someone once told me, goodbyes are important. You never know when you might see someone again, so make every goodbye something special. Something that they could remember you by, to look back on and remember you with fond memories. Or at least that's what I'm trying to do right now. But let us not forget each other. And as we enter this next stage in our lives, let our first impressions pave a path for us to travel. And until we meet again, I wish us all safe travels down that path, and may the road you walk on lead you to where you want to go. Thank you. Amen.
Thank you, Will. Very appropriate. Our valedictorian this year is Yurin Choi, daughter of, apologize for this pronunciation, Byung-gul Choi and Sangwon Bae of Gwangju, South Korea. She is the valedictorian of the class of 2022. In addition to numerous undergraduate awards in nearly every major subject, Yuran was a Manson Essay finalist, a member of the National Honor Society, an Alumni Hall prefect, and has been a student leader in Peer Mentoring Club. Despite participation in several clubs, Yuran has found time for sports teams, including tennis, indoor track, and soccer. Yuran is being courted by several elite colleges, but is yet to make up her mind. Needless to say, our school community is very proud of Yuran Choi.
I want to start by saying I have failed. Now that may be a startling introduction, so let me also say thank you for everyone who came to this graduation ceremony 2022. Especially I want to thank my dad, mom, grandmother over here, who traveled from South Korea. And one more grandmother around Maine to come to MCI to share this amazing moment. Now back to my failure. I went to a Visual Performing Art Honor Society induction ceremony on May 19th. Mrs. Weinstein opened her speech by saying, "I have failed." When we hear that someone has failed, it does not give a positive impression, but rather negative. The cause of their failure is easily thought to be their lack of ability to achieve goals. This certain perspective to her failure was the reason why I was surprised by this sentence. And maybe this also might be the reason why you guys were surprised by my first sentence of my speech. But when I heard more and more of her speech, I got embarrassed. Mrs. Weinstein's speech's point was not the confession of her failure in her life, but it was rather about the aftermath of the failure and what she learned from failing. She pointed out that we all fail in our lives, and therefore failure is just one part of it. The value of failure was focused, which makes us stronger when we try to overcome them. Her words were all true, which I did not recognize and forgot in my daily lives. So this was my first impression to Mrs. Weinstein, and I am impressed by her honesty. So at the end of the speech, I realized that my perspective to her failure has been a little bit somewhat biased, and started to think that what are the real value of failure in my life. For the rest of the ceremony, I could not focus on the ceremony. But the only thing that I did in my head was revising some failures that I underwent during 3 years in MCI. Usually, failure involves confronting challenges and by trying to get over them to mixed results. Failure often justifies our lack of ability or effort to achieve certain goals. It also creates pressure to face challenges and overcome failure, all the while listening to the comparison between ourselves and others. We easily define failure as a significant event that changes one's life. But inevitably, we fail every day with small-scale events too. For example, during the pandemic, we failed to adapt our way of going to school, and challenges for that adaptation was inevitable. Failing to go to advisory, failing to finish assignments, failing to get in classes because of stress and poor time management were the failures that we have frequently experienced. But surprisingly, we do not remember actual details about failure for a long time, like actual scores that you get from failed tests or assignments. We only usually remember the process of struggling and the lessons that we learn from that process. It is the learning from this process that leaves an impact that we can take with us. I have failed at MCI. Maybe it sounds silly for a valedictorian to say I have failed, but even though my grades are top of the class, it does not mean that there were no failures involved. I did not get my grades while struggling, like everyone does. There were numerous failures that made me want to give up everything, leave this school, and go back to my dear home. In my junior year, I started to take AP courses for the first time, and AP English, Language, and Composition class was one of them. I remember we started to read some old documents from 16th to 17th centuries. And no kidding, I literally could not understand anything from the class for first 2 months. I could not talk in the class because I did not understand what Mrs. Bailey was talking in the class. And it took 5 hours to read only 3 pages of reading assignment. And I still did not know what the document implied. It was horrible. It was really horrible. I started to think that I don't want to go to school anymore because I did not face the realization that I'm keep failing in each and every English class. I was frustrated and I cried a lot. I called my mom every night and say how bad I am in the class. But I knew the solution to stop failing the class. Challenge the obstacles and fail more. It was scary for me to do so because it meant I should overcome myself, my doubts, and my insecurities too. I was afraid to push myself, to do more work, to spend more time, and be more patient. But I started to fight against the failures. If I had one reading assignment, I did not read only 1 or 2 times. But I promised to myself to read at least 4 times until I could actually understand this. I recorded the whole English class and took notes to make sure I was not missing anything. Also, until I fully understand Mrs. Bailey's lecture, I replayed the recording over and over again. I recall one time listening to the 60 minutes lectures for 6 times. The effects for success did not come rapidly. But when I started to read the 3rd major reading assignment, for the first time, I could answer 1 question in the class. And I still remember that moment so vividly. We were reading Second Treatise of Government from John Locke, and there was a word protection in the part explaining about the government's roles for securing citizens. And she was asking for the metaphor of that word. And surprisingly, I immediately knew the answer. I spoke the word law out loud, and it was correct. And that moment was when I overcame my failure. I could write better, read better, and understand better after struggling with this class. But I'm not the only one who has failed and found myself improving. Everyone in this place has gone through failures and have overcome them. However, we all, the class of 2022 who are sitting in front of you, are the students, daughters, sons, grandchildren, or friends who experienced painful but precious failures involved with this place, Maine Central Institute. We as a class faced some extreme challenges for the past 2 years. We had 2 normal years, almost, and 2 not so normal years. The pandemic changed our world, including school. Difficulties involved with adjusting to new school life has been hard and stressful for us. And also coming back to the new normal life was also hard. Classes were online, we could not see classmates, and communication was limited. But we stood out against the challenges. We adjusted our lifestyles along with the pandemic. Even though there were failures at the start of the pandemic, we learned resilience to changes that we should adapt to. Gradually, we became accustomed to the new school class schedules, the time and how assignments should be turned in, and the way that we take part in online classes. And now, we seniors are all here at the graduation ceremony. We have done this together for 4 years, along with those who joined us for 3, 2, and even this last year. With little failures and their lessons gathered along the way, the class of 2022 found ourselves stronger, harder, and more flexible, and ready for failures. Failures will come again, but we have the skill to set, to learn, and succeed. With all the preparation, it is time to leave the comfy shell of MCI and face the new chapter of life. It will be a light to tell you that I am not afraid, and I may not be the only one, because no one knows anything about what challenges or failures we will face next. While being a bit nervous, I also know the reason why we all seniors should not be afraid of the future ahead. Have we not faced a pandemic? Have we not become wiser after failures, large and small? Have we not found success along the way to the graduation as well? The answer for all these questions is a solid yes. We know our potential to deal with challenges. We have failed, and we are ready to fail. And we will be all the more successful for it in the end. Congratulations, class of 2022. You have failed wonderfully, and you're all the better for it. I wish you all the best in your future success to come. Thank you.
Well, I just got the best lesson on why I wasn't valedictorian 55 years ago. In fact, well short of it. Thank you very much, Huron. And thank you, parents, for coming so far to be with us today. During her senior year in Caribou High School, Senator Collins visited Washington, D.C. for the first time. She had a 2-hour conversation with Maine's and the nation's first female U.S. Senator, Margaret Chase Smith, a Maine Republican. Senator Smith has a Maine connection as a trustee emeritus and a member of the MCI Hall of Fame. Now our speaker holds the same Senate seat once held by Margaret Chase Smith. Known for her Maine work ethic, Senator Collins has cast more than 8,000 consecutive votes, never missing a single vote. Or to put that record in context for our students, that's about 25 years of perfect attendance, which I might add, somewhat shamefacedly, is about 25 years more than any of these students got. In fact, she holds the longest perfect voting record in the history of the U.S. Senate. Our MCI theme for this year is teamwork. Bipartisanship is the Washington word for teamwork. For 8 consecutive years, Senator Collins ranked the most bipartisan member of the Senate. The citizens of Maine have rewarded her bipartisanship by electing her to 5 6-year terms until she has become the 11th most senior member of the United States Senate and the most senior Republican woman. It is our pleasure to welcome Senator Collins to Maine Central Institute's 2022 commencement as the speaker, the senior citizen from Maine, a resident of Bangor, the Honorable Susan Collins.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Price. I don't know whether there's some symbolism here that the wind has come up and there's all of a sudden raindrops, but I'll try to remember what Urin said as we plow on. Faculty and staff, parents, family, friends, and most of all, the class of 2022. It is such a great honor to join you here today. I will be going to Caribou over the 4th of July to celebrate my 50th class reunion, and our colors in Caribou, too, are maroon and white, so I feel very much at home. Congratulations to the members of this outstanding class. You did it. So let me begin by asking you to join me in another round of applause for Mrs. Kinsberry as she completes 42 years of exceptional service to MCI. Mrs. Kinsberry, if you could come up here. I understand that you're here. So I am delighted not only to congratulate you, thank you, but to present you with an American flag that has been flown over the Capitol of the United States in your honor. Congratulations and thank you for all that you've done. And just last month, the state of Maine recognized Deborah Soucy as Teacher of the Year for Somerset County. Way to go, Mrs. Soucy. I also want to recognize one of your most loyal alumni, a great friend to me and an outstanding Mainer, Pete Figure. Pete has provided extraordinary leadership of a very successful company because he always remembers that it's all about the people. Those are good words to live by. Now it is time to turn to the stars of this day of celebration, the members of this outstanding class. Whether your home is just down the street or on the other side of the world, you have been part of something truly special. MCI is a remarkable and historic school renowned for high standards and high achievement. It has a global reputation, as we learned today from the number of students from faraway lands, and you have helped to enhance that. Graduates, you chose as your class theme one of the most powerful words in the English language, and that is teamwork. The great teacher Aristotle said that the whole is greater than the sum of the parts. That description of the value of teamwork is as true today as it was 2,500 years ago. Joining together to reach a goal, appreciating the contributions of others, and combining your talents with those of your teammates are the keys to success. That's true in academics, athletics, and the arts, and in government. It is also true in life in general. I understand that the first poem that Mr. Price read to you at the beginning of the school year was a beautiful work of just 4 lines titled Outwitted by Edwin Markham. Perhaps you remember it. He drew the circle that shut me out, heretic, rebel, a thing to flout. But love and I had the wit to win. We drew a circle that took him in. What a wonderful example of teamwork. Rigid, exclusionary ideology is outwitted by the poet and an open, accepting heart. Aristotle's maxim is as true today as it was in his time, but I believe that it is even more important today, given the polarization in our society. There are so many who try to divide us by politics, race, religion, economic status, or any other place where a wedge can be driven in. In the end, we all wear the uniform of team humanity. We each want to be accepted, to feel worthy, and to have a purpose, to make a difference. We can give those gifts to others. In the United States Senate, as Mr. Price mentioned, teamwork goes by another name, bipartisanship. It describes a willingness to work with others on the other side of an issue, to search for common ground, to negotiate in good faith and to find solutions. This approach produces the best legislation that withstands the test of time. Despite the divisiveness that garners headlines, some of us in Washington have shown that we can work effectively across the aisle to pass important legislation built on a foundation of principles, respect, and cooperation. I've been in both the minority and the majority in the Senate. I've worked with Democratic presidents and Republican presidents, and I've learned that bipartisanship, teamwork, in your words, is essential to solving the major challenges of our time. And here are just a few examples. Working together, we've vastly increased federal funding for research that is leading to progress in treating diseases such as cancer, diabetes, and Alzheimer's. Last year, Congress passed landmark legislation making historic investments in our infrastructure, from bridges to broadband. This funding's particularly important to a rural state like ours. Recently, we joined together to support the courageous citizens of Ukraine, whose president, in my judgment, is the most inspiring leader in the world today. I had the opportunity, under cover of darkness and the cloak of secrecy, to travel to Kiev with 3 of my colleagues recently. And we spent 2 hours meeting with President Zelensky over a typical Ukrainian lunch, which means everything, and I mean everything, had beets in it. What he has done to unite his country against the Russians is awe-inspiring. And right now, I am part of a group that is also discussing a package of common sense reforms to deal with the escalation of gun violence in our country that has killed so many children at schools, shoppers at stores, and people while they are worshiping. In Congress, as in communities across America, the forces of polarization are strong and entrenched, and working together is becoming much more difficult. We have an obligation to counteract these negative trends with respect for one another, with collegiality, with a focus on bringing people together rather than driving them apart. Graduates, you have a key role to play in meeting this challenge. You are the social media generation. You grew up with the technology that has the potential to bring people together by making new information and different points of view available. But instead, as you well know, social media all too often has the opposite effect. The anonymous attacks, the ugly rumors, the bullying, the crude insults that are distributed far and wide through text messages and social networking sites, and sadly, often amplified by some in the mainstream media, can have heartbreaking results. There is no place where your membership on Team Humanity is needed more than in fighting back against this terrible trend that is ripping our country and even families apart. So my challenge to you graduates is to outwit the forces of division, no matter where the future takes you. Whether the next phase of your life takes you here, keeps you here in Maine, or takes you to another state or country, you can help to restore teamwork, the team spirit that makes life enriching and ennobling for all. You can help heal the divisions in our country by the way you conduct your own lives, by building a sense of community, by listening with respect, by caring for one another, and yes, by using teamwork to solve problems and provide a brighter, more optimistic America. I would be remiss if my remarks on teamwork did not recognize the great team that helped each of you reach this great moment in your lives. The teachers and staff at MCI, your parents, friends, and neighbors have pulled together to provide you with a great education that prepares you well for the adventure that lies ahead. I will applaud you all. When I was your age, I never would have dreamed that one day I would have the privilege of representing Maine in the United States Senate. So think big, pursue your dreams. Don't be afraid to take risks. Don't be afraid to fail. But I do know that I would not be a senator today without the preparation and inspiration that I received from my own teachers and principal at Caribou High School, as well as from my family and friends. So take the time today to thank your educators, your family, your friends, all those who helped you get here. You have worked hard, and the gate of opportunity is open. Don't be afraid to stride through it with confidence, to take risks, to follow your dream. Congratulations, class of 2022, and good luck to each of you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Collins. When the senator speaks at college commencements, a frequent occurrence, she is often recognized with an honorary doctorate. Maine Central Institute does not have the right to confer a doctorate, but it is within my powers as head of school to confer upon her 25 certificates of perfect attendance.
Very clever. Thank you. That is great. Very clever. Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you. I will cherish that. That was great.
She has to provide her own frames, however. Faculty chairs. Maine Central Institute awards 2 faculty chairs to deserving individuals each year at graduation. These chairs recognize not just longevity of service to the school, but exceptional love and loyalty towards MCI, often accompanied by personal sacrifice. 2 faculty chairs are named after 2 very special teachers, Roderick Smith and Norbert Young Sr., the father of our MCI president, Norb Young. Both were master teachers who taught from the early 1940s to the 1970s, 4 decades. Roderick Smith taught biology, while Norbert Young Sr. not only taught industrial arts, but I think created the department. The Faculty and Staff Award Committee this year selected Mr. Eric Day and Mr. Charles Gallerani. Would Eric please come to the stage and get comfortable in his chair? Chairs are sometimes awarded to special people who do not occupy a classroom, but instead occupy a warm spot in our hearts. In Maine, as the locals know, the boiler maintenance guy is the most important person on the campus for 3 or sometimes 4 months, 6 months, a year. MCI's boiler whiz retired about a month ago, causing us a problem because we normally would have him sit in the chair. So he is sitting in the chair. Thank you, Eric. Somewhat akin to Odysseus and his oar, you may remember from literature that Odysseus took an oar and walked inland until no one recognized what implement it was. Well, somewhat similar to that, Chuck took a boiler fuel nozzle and drove south until no one knew what it was. That location turned out to be Virginia Beach, where he is enjoying his guitar and soft drinks with little umbrellas. We drop shipped his chair to the stultifying heat and humidity of Virginia. Sorry, Senator Collins. Not only could Chuck fix any of our 18 different boilers, but he was always willing and capable of working to help others with their maintenance issues. He was jocular on or off the job. For the few freshmen in the audience, that means funny. It is one of those sophomore words. You'll come. So, I'll take this and we'll focus attention now on Eric. Our second faculty chair actually goes to a faculty member and a 3-season coach. If measured in character, every athlete who plays for Eric Day has a winning season. As head coach for both basketball and baseball, and a science teacher with 6 sections, Eric is fully committed to MCI and his students. He is also cultivating future MCI students as he rebuilds the community feeder programs for his sports. Eric's concern for others extends into the faculty, where he plays an increasing role in mentoring new teachers. Eric Day has earned his chair after 11 years of service to every facet of boarding school life. Yeah, we promise. Thanks, Eric. Now we will proceed with the presentations of awards and trophies, and I'll ask Mr. Gilimbardo, Mr. Bertrand to come up and assist. I'll also ask the following students to make their way: Christopher Davis, Ella Lauder, Samantha Martin, Gracie Moore, and Olivia Ward. The Malika Russell Field Hockey Award, Ella Lauder, Gracie Moore, and Olivia Ward. Not this year, but last year, these field hockey players were the state champions. The Mark Porter Memorial Award for Christopher Davis. About every 2 weeks, Chris comes into my office with some baked good that he's cooked down in the basement of our library. That's why he got the award, really. It's because care and feeding of the headmaster is very important. Thank you, Chris. And thank all of you. The Sanger Cook Track Award goes to Samantha Martin. Thank you. You may be seated. Caden Braley, Danielle Dow, KK Martinez Rivera. Please come forward. The John Slagle Soccer Awards go to Caden Braley and Danielle Dow.
Did you say Gracie?
No? but I should have. Gracie, come on up. You're not on the top of the page, but you do get an award. The Iva Craignoll Softball Award. If any of you have seen Gracie Moore catching infield grounders, you know why she got that award. She is fast and seamless in getting it to first base. The Roderick Smith Basketball Awards. Danielle Dow, KK Martinez Rivera. Thank you. Take your seats. Caden? Caden? Come on up. Fortunately, that's a spare. Lillian Kitchen, Ruby Kitchen, Jackson Leonard, Nathan McKinney. The Dale McDonald Baseball Award goes to Nathan McKinney. The Gary S. Duple Sportsmanship Award goes to Ruby Kitchen and Jackson Leonard. The MCI Coaches Award goes to Caden Braley and Lillian Kitchen. Great. Seats. Thank you. The Athletes of the Year awards go to Bryce Bussell and Gracie Moore. Thank you very much. Hector Bly, Jackson Leonard, William Newshafer, and Lillian Verrill. The Ruth Plummer Cook Music Award goes to Lillian Verrill. The MCI Drama Awards go to Jackson Leonard and William Newshafer. The MCI Dean's Award goes to Hector Bly. Thank you.
I told you what. It's spelled wrong. It's Yeji.
Edgy.
Yeji.
Edgy. Yeji Choi, Yurin Choi, Suman Lee, and Hyunji Ro. Please come forward. The Paul Legge Physics Award goes to Yurin Choi. The Frank T. Hazeltine Biography Award goes to Hyunji Ro. The Jill Quint English Award goes to Yeji Choi. And the MCI Mathematics Award to Suman Lee. Yanji, you can remain, okay? Thank you all. Hector Bly, Taylor Pronovo, and Olivia Ward. The Betty Weber Human Development Award goes to Olivia Ward. The John Sligo Humanities Awards go to Hector Bly and Taylor Pronovo. And the Rosalie Williams Speaking Award goes to Hyunji Rowe. Hyunji, you can remain on the stage, please. Leah Deshane. Yun Jiran Lee. That was not done well. Jordan Plamondon. The Residential Hall Directors Award. For Alumni Hall, it's given to Hyunji Rowe. The Manson Hall Award is given to Daniel Lee. The MCI Senior Class President Gavel Award, much better than gravel, is the Jordan Plamondon, goes to Jordan Plamondon. And the MCI Student Council President's Gavel Award goes to Leah Deshane. We all set? Okay. Thank you. Except Hyunji. Yuran Choi and Christopher Davis. The Margaret Witham Challenge Cup, named in honor of Margaret Witham, teacher, guidance counselor, alumni director, who during her long and distinguished career at MCI successfully counseled students Yeah, but it's almost past. I can tell you this, God did not live up to his part of the bargain. He can't keep my second born. Okay. The administration of MCI has chosen to honor that senior who best demonstrates the ideal of setting high goals and challenging himself or herself to achieve them. This year's Challenge Cup is awarded to Christopher Davis. The George M. Parks Awards that follow acclaim the achievement in academic excellence. These scholars are critical thinkers, problem solvers, and great communicators who have the courage and self-esteem to challenge themselves in academic programming at the highest level of MCI. It is with profound respect for each individual that MCI honors their scholarship today. Valedictorian, Yuran Choi, and salutatorian, Yanji Ro. Okay. All maybe you can return to your seats and get wet there.
You want to wait? This is a Master's Cup and Faculty Cup, the last two. What do you think?
What's that?
Do you think we should wait this out or have everybody grab their chair and go down to the gym?
No, I don't think we should do that.
Okay.
We'll lose too many. We're losing enough as it is, but
Okay. Continue on?
yeah. I just don't know where that rain's coming from.
Those black clouds up there.
Well,
All right, let's get on with it.
It's almost over.
Yeah.
5 more minutes or less than this.
I'm told it's about 5 minutes left of rain. We're going to wait it out.
Just keep going. Keep going.
The Faculty Cup. Faculty Cup goes to Leah Deshane. Leah, come and join us, please. Leah Deshane is MCI's 2022 recipient of the prestigious Principals Award, an honor sponsored by the Maine Principals Association. She has served in the Student Council for 4 years, culminating as president in her senior year. She has also been a member of the National Honor Society. Leah has earned the highest honors in every quarter that she has attended MCI. During this year's Model UN, she represented Canada. Sports participation has included golf and tennis. But hold on. These achievements, as impressive as they are, will not explain why we will remember Leah at the 10th reunion. It is her shy smile that lights up a room. It is her sweet disposition which makes you want to agree with her even when you don't. I first met Leah during my initial week on the job. She came to protest a decision made by the head of school. Tom Bertrand escorted her into my office. I thought this very gallant of him, to give her a confidence. Before she left, the decision had been reversed. Tom was there to protect me. Thank you, Leah. The Masters Cup goes to Will Newshafer. Or when the headmaster calls him Bill several times during senior chapel, he wisely goes by Bill. Will? Will enjoys his close friends, script writing, improv, and acting. He has been a positive force inside and outside the classroom. While at MCI, his reputation has been about achievements, certainly, but even more so about kindness, generosity, and thoughtfulness. He devotes time to others who need an uplifting hand or a laugh when getting through a rough patch. For his senior project, Will wrote 8 episodes of an original mockumentary. In preparation, he researched other works within the genre of satire. In fact, laughter will become his life pursuit, as Will has chosen Emerson College, where he will study comedic acting and writing. This is the first year of this one-of-a-kind program in the country. Sometimes humor can be cutting, but not Will's. He focuses on the healing kind of humor. Will got into his dream school. As he says, it's heckin', this word might be a faculty substitution, heckin' expensive. But I'm going to do what I love. It will all work out. I can't wait. Will asked me to announce that he will be holding his first of many bake sales immediately after commencement. And he doesn't give you change for 20s. Okay, thank you, Will. This concludes the presentation of Achievement Awards. Congratulations to all our award recipients. As I now introduce MCI's Board of Trustees President, Mr. Norbert Young, class of 1966, and the senior class advisors, Mrs. Angela Polonis and Mr. Vladimir Ortiz, it's time that we do what we've been looking forward to all this time, and that is the presentation of diplomas after years of hard work for seniors with the support of their family, friends, and teachers. The awarding of diplomas to each member of the class of 2022.
Stand up.
Right.
Caden William Braley.
Danielle Jill Dow.
Ryan Xavier Ackroyd.
Megan Isabel Linkletter.
Young Jun An.
Charlotte Maria Lochtica.
Seth Ramsey Bagley.
Ella Drew Lauder.
Austin James Baker.
Liliana Sharon Marcelo.
Joshua Dylan Baker.
Christina Markova.
Hector Orlando Webster Bly.
Samantha Maria Martin.
David Allen Brand III.
Kathian Sadiel Martinez Rivera.
Shaylin Norell Brooks.
Filipa Leonor Gomez Simios Vaz Martin.
Bryce Hugh Buzzle.
Ava Kaz McKennell.
Shuiji Chen.
Nathan Sperry McKenney.
Yeji Emily Choi.
Jillian J. Mishu.
Hussein Dennis Chiefchi.
Gracie Lynn Moore.
Logan Craig Cody.
William Daniel Newshafer.
Samantha Cherie Creasy.
Mohammed Joseph Nayash.
Christopher Leroy Davis.
Tu Nang Nguyen.
Sydney Page Dawes.
Mi Wan Hiu Nguyen. I'll repeat it. I got to say it again. Mi Wan Hiu Nguyen.
Leah Ann DeShane.
Sofia Noshito.
Kaya Jocelyn Delano.
Tua Okai.
Julia Desiderio.
Isabela Eleonor Ortiz.
Alice D. Tulizzi.
Jocelyn Taylor Pacheco.
Anna Dospalova.
Jordan William Plamondon.
Savannah Rose Dutton.
Derek Thomas Plummer.
Mackenzie Marie Dupre.
Taylor Kimberly Pranava.
James Paul Edgecombe.
Caden Wilbur Reynolds.
Caden James Elliott.
Hyun Ji Elena Rowe.
Jason Ryan Farias. Sorry, stay. Yep. Now, Jason Ryan Farias.
Lydia Mae Jonah Roderick.
Antonio Ferrado.
Emil Christopher Roeland.
Caitlin Lee French.
Kristina Rojkovichova.
Kayla Victoria French.
Taylor Aum Rowe.
Jody Ann Gann.
Kendam Taylor Patterson Roy.
Lydia Gomez Carrera.
Jamie Griffin Simeon.
Lucas Halferty.
Aiden Michael Singh.
Ryan Christopher Hansen.
Natalie Rose Seitz.
Corvide Irene Hathaway.
Nicholas Edmund Smedberg.
Nicholas Caden Humphrey hyphen Stevens.
Grace Leanne Stewart.
Jaden Imena.
Logan Nicole Stock.
Sandra Janich.
Tyler Scott Strom.
Kaylee Dawn Ann Jarvis.
Sarah Rose Herrick Stutzman.
Abby Margaret Keenan.
Lapo Talamini.
Boyoung Kim.
Rael Talavera Moliner.
Lillian Louise Kitchen.
Krista Noemí Tesen Barrios.
Ruby Adele Kitchen.
Wok Fu Shuang.
Olivia Nina Koriska.
Lillian Giannine Vero.
Caitlin Elizabeth Labonte.
Elisa Andrea Vesola.
Tomaso Lamon.
Tyler James Von Ozen.
Nguyen Daniel Lee.
Olivia Morgan Ward.
Sumin Lee.
Dylan Andrew Nido Whitman.
Jackson James Leonard.
Benjamin Yarborough.
Not yet. No, they have to sit down. Yes. Yuran Choi.
Congratulations, the class of 2022, and let's turn the tassel now.
I ask all of you to stand, please, and join in singing the school song led by Lillian Verrill, the words which you can find in your program. Seats, please. It occurred to me a few days ago that this was going to be my last bully pulpit, and I have some thoughts I wanted to share. I once had a parent ask me why the capable, smart faculty did not teach at the college level. I want to take a minute to answer that question. In your career, if your career priority is to master a discipline or to further the frontier of knowledge, you teach at the college level, if you teach at all. Many professors turn the teaching of crowded classrooms over to research assistants, grading of tests as well, freeing themselves to research and write. But if you love kids and you teach at the high school, especially a boarding school, and ultimately a town academy like MCI. You don't leave kids here at 2:30 in the afternoon. You coach. You open up the gym, the library. You eat dinner with the kids. You help the homesick kids from around the world and around town. And they do all this for the pleasure of earning less than a public school faculty down the road. Why the hell would you do that? Make that sacrifice. Because you love kids. Your kids and because those same kids pay you back every day in a currency that is not found at a public school, much less a university. A cross-section of the best teachers in the United States is sitting in front of you. Well, off to the side now. Last week, I wore my uniform to a Memorial Day remembrance. Thoughtful people thanked me for my service. But these folks before you or off to your side in black caps and gowns really earn that gratitude every day. They deserve your deep and abiding respect, the sort of respect that most teachers in other countries receive in their cultures. It's been my pleasure to serve the faculty and staff for the past 6 months. Maybe you can tell I'm very proud of all of them. I have loved getting to know some of your daughters and sons as well. I wish I could have been with them all 4 years. Thank you for listening. And now just a few moments for gratitude, and then I will let you go. To the maidens and custodial staff, led by Bob Slumma, class of 77, who were on campus at 6 o'clock this morning to set up and add some more sparkle to the campus. Richard, our groundskeeper, says the lawn looks the best in his memory. To the class of 2023, for being the most helpful junior class in setting us up joyfully for all the events of this weekend. To Kelly Smith and Tom Bertrand, class of 1990, who have planned and orchestrated this week dedicated to the class of 2022 and their families. Even-tempered, even when the internet went out last night and stayed out this morning. To MCI's trustees, currently led by my friend Norb Young, class of 1966. And a couple weeks from now, Mike Dow, class of 1984, will become the MCI president. This is a giving board of their finances, their time, and their insights. And to an anonymous donor who is giving us the gift of a renovated Founders Hall, which towers behind us, and who has become a friend as well. And finally, to my wife, Lee Halleck, class of 1989, a wonderful teacher, consummate quick learner. Both of her brothers are graduates as well. So let's give a round of applause to those folks. And that completes this ceremony. I'm grateful to everybody who came. I'm grateful to everybody who came back. Looks like most of you have. Those who stayed have been rewarded by their clothes being reasonably dry at this point. Sorry about the rain. It wasn't planned. But we've had a wonderful graduation, and I thank everyone, but particularly the class of 2022, which has been a real treat to be with. Thank you all.